have stories that they like to reference again and again. I'm going to call these stories the legendary stories. I mean, there's nothing necessarily fabulous or epic about them, but they're delightful stories that bring smiles, they enchant, they endear, they make us feel good, and we reference them again and again. And sometimes you might not even know that you are a part of one of a family's legendary story. And this is exactly the case with you, Anne. We had to have been so little because it happened before we started going to school, before we started to attend St. Kevin's. So we had to have been 4 or 5 years old in that neighborhood. And our way was the way of the Barbie. We will play Barbies outside of your house normally. And for some strange reason, on this particular day, we were playing Barbies outside of my house. I don't know why. It just happened that way. And sometimes in those circumstances, it wasn't uncommon in the distance to hear the sweet song of the ice cream truck. And this is exactly what was happening on that afternoon. The ice cream truck was playing in the distance, and like all children do when they hear that jingle, they go crazy and they find their moms as quickly as they can. And I did that. I don't know what you did. I just sprung up from where we were playing and I ran inside to see if I could beckon a nickel from my mom. The ice cream that I liked cost 5 cents. I remember a couple of times when we did an ice cream truck adventure. I think that the one that you liked to get was the popsicle that had the 3 colors, the red and the white and the blue. I liked the vanilla with, it was like had some sort of toasted peanuts around it on a popsicle. Soon enough, she emerged in the threshold of the front door, and she called to me. She called to me in Spanish, and she gave me my change, and as she was giving me my change, she was explaining to me in Spanish whatever mothers explain to their children before they go and they perform an official transaction consuming ice cream. I don't know what she said. I do know what she said. I just don't remember what she said. So, your eyes were lowered and you were playing with your Barbies. And you said, you know, I can speak Spanish too. And I was, wow, you can speak Spanish, I thought. So I said, wow, you can speak Spanish? What can you say? And so then you looked up and you gave me direct eye contact and you said, chupliqui, chuplica.
Are we having an earthquake? That was enjoyable.
Of course, you know, I'm your contemporary, I'm your equal. I'm not looking at you like you're something cute. You're just my friend. So my reaction was, that's not Spanish. But my mom, who saw the whole thing happen unfold, you know, she was so tickled beyond measure. She went into a little giggle fit. I don't know why she had found it so funny, but she did. And that story became legendary in my house. Legendary. It was one of these events that, you know, when my mom tells the story, she was so marveled at how smart you were. I mean, you were only 4 years old. What 4-year-old says something like that? Years later, I did my first year of high school in St. Mary's in Manhasset, you know. And in that high school, the first 2 years, it was mandatory that you take Latin. I only took it for 1 year because in my sophomore year, I transferred to another school. But I remember when we were opening the books and we were learning the first declension, and we had the list of vocabulary that we needed to learn, and the list, was like agricola, agricole, aqua, aquae, and the list went on, and I was like, chupliqui, chuplica. So, the other day, it must have been something in the order of 4 or 5 days ago, not even a week passed when this story that I'm about to tell you happened, which was simply that I was hanging out with my parents, and I don't know in what context it came up, but my mom was like, chupliki, chuplika, and I was like, I had my iPhone on my person, and I was like, I'm just gonna write in Amadisi's name to see what it is that I find. You look exactly the same. That picture with you and that little girl, which I'm assuming is your beautiful daughter, but maybe it's a niece or something, or neighborhood friend, I don't know. You're exactly as I remember you. And I was so happy when you responded. Like, happiness doesn't even cover it. I'm really, really so delighted that we connected again. There's the story of why it is that I thought of putting your name in the Facebook search engine. Of course, through the years, I have always remembered our friendship, and like you say, the memories are very, very happy.